I just took my first commission in 9 years. So let's bust out the paints and get started. Welcome to my studio. I hope that this video is super relaxing and inspiring for you today. I'm going to be doing my first commission that I have ever taken in 9 years today. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how that came to be. I'll talk a little bit about my painting process in this video, some changes that I'm making to my channel right now, and just my overall thoughts. So sit back, grab a coffee, grab an art project. Let's hang out. You can see here I'm doing an underpainting and then putting excess paint on some other canvases so that it doesn't go to waste. Once that dries, we'll get started with the painting. Here's Rusty the dog, and that's where this whole story unfolds. I'm already smiling because Rusty holds a very special place in my heart. It was an honor to be able to paint him because, I just need to rewind for a second. Back in November, a longtime viewer reached out to me through email and they said, hey, if you ever take commissions, I have a commission that I would really love. And I can't remember word for word, but I basically said I would be open to this idea. Email me in a few weeks when my work slows down. So in January or February, she reached back out. But basically, she wanted a commission of her dog, Rusty. And this is a memorial piece and something that is very, very special to her. And everything she described about what she was wanting, to me, when I read the emails, I was like, wow, you love your dog so much. This is so moving. And on my end, this is all stuff that I love painting, all stuff I'm super passionate about. So I have to do this. This sounds like an amazing opportunity. So I said yes, and she gave me some reference photos of what she wanted. And she liked to take Rusty on a lot of walks, and she lives in a very beautiful place. Very scenic, lots of mountains in the background, beautiful trees everywhere. And then she requested that Rusty be wearing this plaid sweater and to have sunflowers in the painting. So we're bringing that to life here. I'm mapping everything in. I will say something. I had to draw Rusty 3 or 4 times to get him right for this painting because I wanted to convey him in a very particular way, and it was worth the time. So here you can see I am painting around these trees, and I get this question a lot, but people ask me sometimes in my videos, okay, why aren't you painting the sky first and then the trees over top? Wouldn't that take less time and be easier? The answer to that question is yes, it would take less time and it would be easier. But this is a very specific technique that I like to do. You can see the magenta of that underpainting is forming a halo around all those tree branches. And I want to preserve that because I think it's super cool. So I like to chase after that effect in my acrylic paintings. And that's what I'm using today. This is acrylic paint on canvas. I can link everything I'm using below, so if you're curious, you can explore. I also have an Amazon link for all my favorite art supplies. So if you ever just want to snoop through that and see the stuff that I use that's not related to the video too, but maybe is related to my other videos, I have like a whole section in there, so feel free to snoop. Anyway, let's do this background. So while I do this background, I want to talk a little bit about commissions. I haven't taken one in about 9 years. And back then, I used to be a yes girl. I would say yes to pretty much any commission that came my way. And back then, I did not like commissions. So anytime the opportunity came, I would say yes, even though I was not enjoying it. And it would give me so much anxiety. And one day I decided, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. And it was the last commission I took. And I realized something with all the commissions that I was taking in the past, that It was people asking me to paint like superheroes and just stuff that I normally don't paint, and it had nothing to do with my interests. And I realized back then that, you know, I'm probably not enjoying this because I'm not painting the stuff that I enjoy painting. So I backed off from it and just decided not to do commissions for a long time. And nowadays, I still don't take commissions. This was an exception, and I'm still not sure if I will take more in the future. But I had so much fun with this one. It was perfectly aligned with my interests. So it was just a really good fit. And I don't know, this whole thing changed my perspective on commissions. So maybe one day in the future, I will add that option to my shop. I'm not really sure right now, but I feel so happy to have been able to do this. And I feel like if I did take more commissions in the future, it probably would be pet portraits or landscapes, florals, or ocean scenes, maybe paintings of people's houses, and that's probably it. So yeah, I think I've grown more comfortable with also just saying no to people and disappointing people if it doesn't really align with my interests. So that's something I've had to work on through the years. But this one really aligned with my interests to a T, and I just can't stop smiling because I had so much fun making this one. So another thing I wanted to talk about in this video is I think I'm going to change up my filming style a little bit. I've been doing it the last 2 or 3 videos, but I usually film with 2 cameras simultaneously and then switch between the footage of both cameras. And something that I have been feeling lately is it's a lot to keep up with. And one of my cameras is kind of on its last leg anyway. So I feel like if I just switch down to one camera and move it around the room as I film, it makes my job a lot easier because it's less footage to edit and it takes a lot less long to synchronize all the audio and all that stuff while editing. And I feel like with YouTube too, people are craving something a little simpler. I've read your comments lately about, can you stop switching angles so frequently? And I'm trying to take that into account and improve my footage to make it more enjoyable for you folks to watch. So let me know if you notice a difference with that with this video. I know this one is a little bit more old school because I'm doing a voiceover for the whole thing, but I wanted to pour my whole attention and love into this canvas while I was painting, and I didn't really have the capacity to be talking at the same time. But even with videos where I will be like live talking and live painting with it, I intend to do more this style, and it's like less switching angles and stuff. So let me know what you think of this, if it's easier to watch, if you enjoy this better. I'm trying to just improve my channel a little bit on that end while making it something that I have the capacity for. So I'm actually trying to make my load easier while making the changes. So yeah, anyway, I would love your input. So the fur on Rusty was probably one of my favorite parts of this entire painting. And I kid you not, before I did this, I was a little bit intimidated because I wasn't sure how this would work out. But if you've been with my channel for a long time, I used to do portraits, and hair was one of my favorite things to draw and paint. So it was really fun getting back into it. And I wanted to make his face really look 3-dimensional. And this was just so fun. I really enjoyed it. You want to know a gross fun fact about me? It's about 3 weeks after this commission, and here is my petrified, crusty paint palette from that painting. No, but in all seriousness, I like to batch clean my palettes and soak them, do it all in a day, and reset my studio. So this is gonna go in the stack of dirty palettes until I reset. I really enjoyed working on this painting. It was an honor to paint Rusty, and now I'm really excited to work on some other projects that are hiding behind me that you folks don't know about. But if you want to find out about them, stick around, subscribe to my channel. New videos drop every week. Have a beautiful day. See you later. Bye.